Governor Whitmer is saying today that youth sports are likely behind the recent spike in cases. In response, the state is updating its restrictions regarding gatherings and masks.
Meantime, young athletes will now be required to take weekly COVID-19 tests. All this in hopes of catching these cases sooner. 7 Action News reporter Jennifer Ann Wilson with more on how districts are reacting.
There are a number of things at play here. First off, school districts are telling me that they haven't closed down schools because of case numbers, but instead because of the number of kids having to quarantine because of the case numbers. Also, during today's press conference, Dr. Khaldun gave different testing requirements verbally than Governor Whitmer did, so there's some confusion there. And when it comes down to whether or not it's high school or youth sports that are the cause of this recent spike in cases, well, not everyone's buying it.
Indiana and Ohio, they've not only been playing winter indoor sports since November, but they've been doing that without masks. And those numbers in those surrounding states are roughly half of what ours are today.
The Michigan High School Sports Association doesn't believe that youth sports are the source of Michigan's rise in COVID cases, as Governor Whitmer asserts. He points to indoor dining and the reopening of other businesses, as well as the return to face-to-face learning. As far as testing goes, there's confusion about today's order.
Testing being required for those in the age bracket of 13 to 19. So reading that today would lead us to believe that that is going to require that participants test, but it does not appear that coaches would be required to test.
The frequency with which COVID testing must be done for student athletes is also confusing, as the press conference provided conflicting directives. Either way, it'll be much more than what is currently happening.
The only team we're testing on a regular basis is our wrestling team, and that's about 15 to 20 student athletes on a regular basis.
The MHSSA says they will ensure that cost won't be a problem for local schools and that tests will be made available to ensure all sports can move forward. They continue to challenge Governor Whitmer's assertion that youth sports are the source of Michigan's rise in COVID cases.
What is Wisconsin, Indiana, and Ohio doing to play and continue their athletics without seeing the increases that we've had in Michigan?
The state health department is expected to release more details about what this additional expanded testing requirement will entail. I'm Jennifer Ann Wilson, 7 Action News.
Thank you so much, Jennifer.